Hi guys, how are you all? This is FJ What If. Today we are going to discuss about what if Naruto was king of Shaman and had Spirit of Fire Part 7. Before we start the episode, please like and subscribe my channel. Chapter 7. Enter Jiraiya and Iwa. Naruto frowned after hearing from Guy and Kakashi the reason why he was being targeted by the shinobi village. Really, why in the world would they place him, a non-shinobi, in the bingo book? So you mean to tell me that Iwa, Kumo, Hiri, and Odo paid to have me hunted down to be assassinated or captured? Me, a non-shinobi, is in the bingo book. Naruto confirmed with Guy and Kakashi nodding. He sighed. Great. Crazy people are after me. You are pretty strong with your shamanic abilities, Naruto-kun. Kakashi pointed out with his usual eye smile. Strong, yes, but I'm still a civilian. This has to be the first time that a civilian is placed in the bingo book. Naruto protested, unable to believe that his surrogate brother is condoning this. Your flames of youth have spread far, Asakura-sama. Yash, you should become a shinobi to spark your flames even brighter. Guy shouted at the top of his lungs, scaring the local wildlife away from their impromptu camp. Not now, Guy, Naruto said irritably, massaging his temples. Alright, why are you here? Ibiki informed Hokage-sama when he found your entry in the updated bingo book. He immediately set up a tracking and assault team to find you and bring you back to the village for your safety. Kakashi told him as he pulled out something from his vest pocket and threw it at Naruto, who caught it easily. We found you through that. Naruto opened his hand to see the tracking tile he gave to the Hokage. So Hokage Gigi want me to return to Konoha? He asked with a frown. For your safety, yes, said Kakashi as Naruto fumed. I don't think so, damn it. I still have 5 months more to enjoy and explore. I'm not going home just because some idiot cage wants my head. I can take care of myself, thank you very much, Naruto declared heatedly. Damn right he can, Kurama growled from his place behind the group. Ah, Naruto, why is the Kyuubi out and why is it not killing us at this moment? Tenten asked nervously. Due to Naruto's insistence, the S-rank secret surrounding his status as a Jinchuriki was lifted since the shaman didn't want to hide the truth anymore. If they continued to hate him, then that was their problem. Thankfully, his reputation as a shaman and his many feats that resulted in Konoha's prosperity resulted in the people and his peers to understand his status instead of labeling him as the next Kyuubi. Besides, who was stupid enough to attack a powerful shaman with a gigantic bodyguard that could burn you to ashes while being under the protection of the entire shinobi battalion? The civilians and Kyuubi haters definitely kept their mouths shut. They weren't suicidal, thank you very much. I was able to bring him out as a guardian spirit thanks to a technique only shamans can do. Naruto explained without going into detail on how he modified the seal keeping the Biju inside him. However, he cannot manifest with his full power, and I can regulate how much he would be getting every time he makes an appearance. He is correct. I currently have 2 tails of my chakra flowing through me with the rest sealed inside Naruto. Kurama told the group. And for your information, I'm a male, not an IT. My apologies, Kyuubi-sama. Tenten apologized immediately, not wanting to anger the powerful Biju. Kyuubi-sama, that has a nice ring to it, said Kurama, liking the respect the girl was giving him. Conceited fox, Naruto said playfully before addressing the bewildered Kakashi. I am going to continue my journey whether Gigi likes it or not. However, as a compromise, you are free to accompany me if you wish. What is the scope of your mission? Guy took out a scroll from his pouch and opened it. The mission parameters has 2 conditions. One is to bring Asakura-sama back to the village. However, if that doesn't work, then condition 2 will come into play. The A-rank retrieval mission will be upgraded to an S-rank escort mission to accompany Asakura-sama throughout his travel until his return to the village to merit this a success. Naruto whistled. Wow, Gigi definitely pulled out the stops for this one. Naruto mused before addressing the group. Alright, I have no problems taking you with me. Do you have the necessary supplies? Tenten patted the oversized storage scroll on her lap. I got it. I have enough supplies to last a week, but Hokage-sama gave me enough money to last us for a year if needed. She answered. I don't mind dishing out the money for you guys, so let's make this work. The money the Hokage gave you will only involve your supplies. I'll handle the expenses incurred for this trip in terms of lodging or entertainment. Is that clear? Crystal. Agreed Tenten, since she really didn't like bringing a large amount of money with her, not used to being financially opulent at the moment. Really, 1,000,000 ryo can make any rookie genin nervous. Are you sure that is wise, Asakura-sama? Neji asked respectfully. Thanks to Naruto allowing Neji to talk to his father's spirit, the branch member prodigy now knows the truth of what happened when his father was killed. He no longer has the stick up his ass and was now respectful to the main branch members. He still harbored some hatred to Kumo for causing his father's death, but that was understandable. Don't worry about me, Neji. I have enough money to keep us happy for 10 years if I want to. Naruto said with a grin before it was replaced with a frown. I guess Kumo is off my travel plans then. I was planning to visit the place for an experience in their many hot springs. You plan to go to Kumo just to visit their hot springs? Kakashi asked Naruto, who nodded. He giggled perversely, causing Naruto's eyebrow to twitch in annoyance. Arrow Kakashi. Ma. Relax, Naruto-kun. I didn't mean anything by that. Kakashi placated the twitching teen. Of course you don't. So, do you guys have any suggestions for a week-long rest and relaxation? Naruto asked the two Junin, since they were a well-traveled bunch being Junins. Well, in Kakashi's case, former Anbu. Well, if you want to relax, then why don't we go to Tanzakugai? There should be a festival there right now, so there's plenty of fun to go around. The town also has a few hot springs for relaxation if you want to give it a try, not as opulent as the ones in Kumo but should be good enough for the group. Kakashi advised. I guess that takes care of that. Naruto agreed before looking up, noticing that it already late. Why don't we set up camp here for the night and move out in the morning? I'll leave Kyuubi out as our guard so we can have a good night's rest. Thanks, brat, said Kurama, who was enjoying the feel of being around nature again. Welcome, Fox, said Naruto with a smile while watching Team 9 and Kakashi set up camp like a well-oiled machine. Tanzakugai was a fun place for Naruto. This was his first time to enjoy a festival without being mobbed by the populace. Team Guy and Kakashi accompanied him since he was out in the open and a very big target for any shinobi who planned to cash out on his bounty. However, Naruto informed them that there are plenty of spirits in the crowd who'd immediately inform him if such an attack was going to occur. Trusting his judgment, his escorts relaxed and enjoyed the festivities, especially Tenten and Lee, who took advantage of the short vacation by trying out different games and food thanks to the money Naruto gave them. It was on the third day of their stay in Tanzakugai that Naruto finally decided to try out the hot springs. Team 9 would be with Guy on a short training exercise on the outskirts of town while Kakashi was at the casino trying his luck. Such was the case. Naruto enjoyed the silence of the male section of the hot springs until he felt a presence from the bushes that he immediately recognized. Peeping again, Godfather, Naruto asked loudly to no one in particular before a curse emanated from the bushes. A tall man with white hair and a large scroll on his back popped out of the small hidey hole along the large fence separating the male and female sections of the baths. Quiet, Gaki, I'm doing my research, said the man in annoyance as Naruto shook his head in mock resignation. Who knew that the great toad sage Jiraiya of the Sannin is a peeping pervert? Naruto mocked with an amused smile on his lips. He already met the man a year after he manifested his shamanic abilities. He was introduced as his godfather but couldn't take care of him due to his spy network all over the elemental countries. Naruto forgave the man since he understood the concept of sacrifice above everything else. I'm not a pervert, said Jiraiya in indignation. I'm a super pervert. Fine, Naruto said in a dismissive manner. Why don't you join me, godfather? It's been quite a while since we saw each other, so this is a good time to catch up. Fine, said Jiraiya in resignation. He exited the male baths for a few minutes before coming back out with only a towel wrapped around his waist. He entered the warm water beside Naruto and sighed in contentment. What brings you here, Gaki? It's a bad time for you to be out and about right now. I'm not surprised that you know of my entry in the bingo book, Naruto said calmly before he realized something. You were the one who sent the information to Konoha, didn't you? Of course. I always keep an extra ear out for any information about you, especially when you became open with your abilities as a shaman. One of my trusted spies in Kumo reported this to me and I immediately sent the information to Konoha. Why not tell Gigi directly about it? Ibiki found out first only after he got an updated bingo book before informing the Hokage. Naruto questioned with a raised eyebrow. My spies cannot openly reveal themselves to the public, Gaki, and if you think about it, you'll understand why. This got a nod of understanding from Naruto. The only way for the news to reach the old man is to send it to Anbu. This way, the information is readily available while making sure that my spies' identities are kept hidden. A wry grin appeared on the Toad Sage's face. My spies reported that the entire Konoha military is arming themselves to the teeth to protect their favorite shaman. You definitely work fast, brat. Naruto blushed. His few years of helping the shinobi connect with their departed loved ones endeared him to them. He was not only a commodity, but a respected figure as well. Understood. So what have you been doing for the past couple of years? Naruto asked in curiosity after he got over his embarrassment. Sensei tasked me to track down Tsunade and bring her back to the village. I am here waiting for one of my spies to contact me regarding her location. She was here last week but moved on after the big casino event. Jiraiya told the boy before snickering. She lost again, I take it? Naruto asked rhetorically, an amused smile on his face. Tsunade's reputation as the legendary sucker overshadowed her status as the legendary medic. No bets. He was cleaned out before running out of town with the mafia right on her heels for owing them money. Jiraiya snickered before he turned serious. Will you be staying here long? I'm not sure. I'll stay for a few more days, around 2 I guess, before moving on to my next destination once I decided where. Naruto answered. If that is the case, can you come with me to find Tsunade? I have a gut feeling that your bloodline is going to be a big help in persuading her to return to the village. Oh, how so? Do you know why Tsunade left? Naruto shook his head. No, I don't, but I'm sure you're going to tell me anyway. Damn right. Anyway, Tsunade left the village when her lover, Dan, and her brother, Nawaki, died during the war. She never forgave Konoha for their death and took the life of a wandering gambler, vowing never to return to the village. I was thinking maybe you could call on Dan and Nawaki's spirit to get through to her and persuade her to return. I can do that, but I need to determine where those two are. Do you know where they died? Can't you just call on them or something? Jiraiya questioned before Naruto shook his head in negative. It doesn't work that way. Some spirits roam the land. If their death were natural, they can either move on or roam the lands as they wished. This was why quite a lot of shinobi in Konoha had to take me to where their friends or relatives died in order for me to reach out to them. Hashirama-sama and Tobirama-sama both died in the village, so their spirits roam Konoha, protecting it even after their deaths. In Dan and Nawaki's case, their spirits should be where they died, in the battlefield if I hazard a guess. Naruto added the last part with certainty. That's not good. Dan and Nawaki died in Iwa, or more specifically, the place where they were ambushed by Iwa Anbu during the Great Third Shinobi War. Jiraiya revealed in a worried tone, making Naruto wince. Iwa ha. They have a bounty on my head, so going there is going to be quite risky. Naruto mused before testing Jiraiya's resolve. Are you sure you want me to call those two to get through to Tsunade? As it stands, only those two can break the emotional barrier Tsunade created around her heart when they died. If nothing else, it should give her a semblance of closure and return to the village. Jiraiya told him in a determined voice. Fine, we'll leave when you know Tsunade's location. I have a feeling that this is going to turn into a wild goose chase. Naruto muttered before perking up. Hey, this is a great way to decide my next destination. I'll just enjoy our every stop as we search for your wayward teammate. You're definitely correct there. I just hope this doesn't drag too long since I am way behind on my next novel. Jiraiya said with a bit of a whine. Of course, we don't want to upset your fan base now, wouldn't we? Naruto said dryly. If anything else, Kakashi will practically wring my neck for delaying such a wonderful work of art from being spread to the masses. I feel the love. Jiraiya swooned, making Naruto retch. Ero Sennin, Naruto muttered before an idea hit him. Since we are going to be here for a while, care to help me perfect my taijutsu style? I'm still working out the kinks and I need all the help I can get for this trip since I don't want to use my shamanic abilities if I can help it. Jiraiya shrugged. Sure, why not? We can do that afterwards. I'll invite Kakashi along to train you to handle multiple opponents. Your style is good, easily low Junin level, but you're woefully inept in the experience department. Naruto nodded, not bothering to correct his godfather's assessment of his skills. Jiraiya might be a pervert of epic proportions, however, he is a Sannin, an S-rank shinobi, and a powerful sage. The two lapsed into a companionable silence as they enjoyed the brief respite from the harsh reality of shinobi life, both immersed in their respective thoughts. It was 2 days later that one of Jiraiya's spies finally had a lead on Tsunade's whereabouts. According to the spy, Tsunade and his group composed of her assistant, Shizune, and pet pig, Tauntaun, were on their way to the Land of Birds for the poker tournament that would start in 2 weeks. Jiraiya was happy with the information since they had plenty of time to retrieve Dan and Naoki's spirit before joining Tsunade. It would be a pain to find her again since she was elusive and random in her destination. It was 3 days of travel that the group finally found themselves in a desolate wasteland at the edge of Iwa's border. This was the place where the Yondaime massacred the detachment of Iwa shinobi that served as the debut of his alias, the Yellow Flash. Naruto sadly watched the desolate landscape, sensing negative emotions surrounding the place like a cocoon. Despite this, he was able to pick up quite a few who were holding on to their positive energies despite the evil that surrounded them. They are here, Naruto whispered, thought he group heard him clearly. Their souls are crying out since they couldn't find a way to escape this life. Couldn't they just move on? Asked Tenten. When Naruto was introduced as a shaman, the academy included a short curriculum teaching them what they needed to know about shamans, their importance, their basic abilities, and the nature of spirits. This was considered a basic knowledge for Konoha shinobi because of Naruto's presence. Naruto shook his head as he gave Tenten a smile. They can but they couldn't. The negative energies in the area stops them from leaving. The only way for them to move on is for a shaman to cleanse the area. Explained Naruto before sensing a dozen powerful signatures coming in from the east. I can do it easily but it is impossible at this moment. He turned to Jiraiya and the 2 Junins. We have a company of 12 converging on our location, due east. ETA is 5 minutes. How strong? Jiraiya said grimly. Junin level on par with Kakashi and Guy. Naruto reported after a brief silence, concentrating on the incoming signature. Can you give an ID on who they are? Asked Guy without his usual quirk, taking the fight seriously at the onset. No, I can't since I'm not familiar with the area. The spirits here won't give me any information, so I can safely say that we are going to be facing some elites from Iwa. Naruto warned the group as he raised his hand. Kurama, spirit ball mode. He then placed the Biju spirit in his staff while envisioning the amount of chakra he wanted his partner to have. Oversoul, Kyuubi no Yoko. In a burst of light, Kurama appeared behind the group, though it was quite obvious that he was larger compared to the last time he was brought out. The Biju noticed the amount of chakra his partner gave him. 4 tails, Kit? Questioned Kurama, his tails writhing in anticipation since he could sense the tense atmosphere surrounding the group. 12 Iwa elite. Naruto answered the fox. I want you to stay with the Genins while they provide cover fire. If you think they are out of danger, come in with everything you got. We need to finish this as soon as possible before Iwa realizes our presence. I sense this is merely a scouting group instead of an attack squad. Why don't I just use an Amari to blast them out of the way or use Soft to burn them to ash? Kurama asked with the Genins agreeing with him. I can't since using Soft in full OS mode would alert Iwa to our presence. That is the reason why I restricted you to 4 tails. Explained Naruto as he called on Soft and asked him into sword form. We don't want a war on our hands since this a retrieval mission. Understood, partner, said Kurama as the Genins took a defensive position around him. Are you sure you're up to this, Naruto-kun? Asked Kakashi worriedly as he raised his headband to reveal his spinning Sharingan while Guy took out his tonfa. Don't worry about me, Kakashi. If I can spar with Jiraiya for 30 minutes while he goes all out, then I can keep myself safe from Iwa elites. Naruto assured the man. He might not have been able to beat Jiraiya without his techniques, but was as sure as hell could stand up to Iwa's pride easily with minimal use of his shamanic abilities. They're here. Right on cue, 12 Iwa Junins materialized in front of them with sick grins on their faces. Well, what have we here? Said the apparent leader with a sadistic smirk on his face that placed the Konoha group on alert. End of chapter 7.